Yeah,
Well,
Belen.
I'm Belen. I am from Barcelona and I am currently doing an internship at Four Wings. And I'm an undergraduate of advertising and public relations.
Good.
Hi everyone. Nice to meet you. I'm Antonella from Bari, Italy, and I'm currently doing an internship in Four Wings. And I am a master degree student for international relations and European studies.
I am Marie-Claire. I'm one of the directors of Four Wings. And it's nice to see your faces.
We can start with the topic, what are you afraid to ask for? What do you need to speak up about? And we can start to present yourself. We can start with you, Marie-Claire, and then Antonella, and then to finish.
Okay, thank you for putting a pressure on me.
It's my pleasure.
So what am I afraid to ask you for? I mean, it depends, but I've always been afraid to ask for financial help. Because I've been independent, providing for myself for such a long time. But when I'm in a situation where, we all need the help from, now and there, but it takes, I know myself, I can't actually like ask for financial help. That's me. That's who I am, unfortunately.
Yeah, I bet there is a lot of person like that, actually.
It's hard, especially if you've been independent, doing things on your own, from teenagerhood to whatever. But I know sometimes I can get it, but it doesn't come easily for me.
Yeah, okay.
And then what do I need to speak up about? I'm going to be a little bit political here. I think when it comes to equality or culture respect, I'm very passionate about it, because I believe we should be living in a world where equality, we have equal wherever you come from, whoever you are, male, female, black, white, Asia, wherever you are, we should have that equality, be able to access, at the end of the day, the rights, it's about, human rights supposed to be for everyone. So if it's then we know equal, what's the point? So I'm quite passionate about it. And also culture, respect, because where we come from, who we are, it's a part of, where we come from, a culture is a part of us. And you should respect someone else's culture, someone else's experience, no offending them.
Okay, so you fight for all equality in all stuff in all the world.
For me, I'm passionate about it because I lived in a world where equality, it's an issue. And we still live in that world as well. Women are still fighting for equal rights. We work with the vulnerable people. And when you see how they're still struggling, and I just feel like it's my duty to help. If I have opportunity, if I was put in opportunity where I can fight for that equality, then be it. So I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about whether it's younger people, women, comparing to my experience, what I've been through, or what I see at work, what I see at uni, what I see everywhere, whatever opportunity I come across where equality, it's an issue that really gets me. So I think that's what I really need to speak about, equality and culture respect.
Okay, it's we need people like you just stand for people who can't stand for themselves. It's good, really.
We need a lot of people.
Yeah.
We need to be together. You need uniform, unification, or solidarity fight for our rights.
Okay.
I guess it's my turn.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for taking company as well in another afternoon of self-love challenge. So these two questions are very important in a period of pandemic. The first question is, what am I afraid to ask for? Sometimes it may sound trivial, but actually it's job, because I have applied for so many jobs since I finished school. Now I am 24 years old, almost 25, and I have gained experience. It's not enough. So sometimes I have the fear of rejection, because most of the job interviews and also job whenever I sent my CV, sometimes I didn't even get an answer, and so that's my fear for the future, because as a youngsters fighting for building now a career, a professional career for the future woman that I'm going to become. Now we have to face the fear of youth unemployment. So it is related also to bigger problem, not only individual of myself, but as well of my context. And I think that plenty of youngsters share this same fear.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to
It's,
get experience before.
I
yeah,
really understand, because you're young, you're very, you know, I've had the pleasure to work closely with you. I know you're capable. I know you're capable of doing a good job. Your skills,
yeah,
you're a people's person. But unfortunately, that's the world we live in. But don't be discouraged, because this is the thing, you know, you keep fighting and you get there. So you will get there. Keep fighting.
Yeah,
thanks.
if
Tomorrow.
I come one day, you
Not bring
deserve it.
yourself down and keep having a positive attitude. And as Marie Claire said, like, take rejection as a lesson and learn from it. You know, if possible, when they say like, "Oh, we're not interested in your profile," try to ask for feedback and see what you can improve. But I think that both negative and positive experiences are just experiences after all, and you can learn from those. So it's about, you know, again, not giving up and being persistent and keeping your head.
I didn't understand the final part of Belen. What did you say at the end? I didn't get the audio. Can you please repeat the last two sentences that you said?
Like, I was repeating that it's about not giving up and being persistent and not putting yourself down, and keep your head up even if you get rejected, you know.
Yeah, so the fear of the future is something that all young have to deal with. And thank you for the advice that I will keep with me as a tragedy.
Yeah, and you know, you are always the same. There is this sentence, if you are rejected or if you are accepted, you are the same. So it's just you have the same value and you are the same good girl who just give all these fears. If you are rejected, you are the same and you are still a strong girl. Just never forget you are strong.
That's really good.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this pandemic is a general problem, so this is what makes me feel a bit better. And to answer the second question, what do I need to speak about is something related to what Marie-Claire has mentioned. So the courage to speak up about human rights, because I have my convictions and I share European values and gender balance, equality. Sometimes I don't have the right tools where to speak about, and Instagram can be useful to reach your community of friends or acquaintances, but it's not enough. So I need to speak about human rights on the right tools and platforms. Do you know any advice?
Oh, you're on the Four Wings. We fight for women, is right.
Yeah, that's a good opportunity, in fact. And in fact, I'm taking this self-challenge as also very seriously. It's also a self-encouragement challenge. And also in the future, to not remain at a local level. You know, I would like to go be part of a more European, a bigger network in general. It's related to the previous fear of future.
Yeah.
Because I want to follow this path. I will be working at a European Parliament. That's my hope.
And well, I guess now it's my turn. As for the first part of the question, like asking for help, like in my case, it's I'm afraid to ask for help when I'm overloaded with work. So especially at uni or even when I've done like previous internships, I well, you know, I consider myself to be a hardworking person, and I always want to do everything that like all my tasks, but sometimes it's just too much, and since I want to handle it myself, I just feel bad for asking someone else's help. And you know, at university for some projects, I've had to come to realize that if I didn't ask for help, we wouldn't be able to submit the project on time. So it's something that I'm like trying to improve. But I think that, you know, in more like a professional context, everyone should be aware of what they can do and what they can't, because time is limited, you know. And even if you're yourself as good as you can, sometimes you just can't do it all. And well, that would be my first answer. Then as for speaking up, I wanna adopt a different approach that you did. In my case, I think I should speak up more about how I am feeling. Like, I consider myself to be a very independent person, and kind of related to what I said, like wanting to handle things on my own. Have like a problem or something, I just deal with it myself. When sometimes speaking up about your feelings and what's going on your mind with someone else, like your family or friends, it can really help. And I think it's like an issue nowadays that a lot of people struggle with, like opening up a bit to like people around you. So yeah, that would be it.
Yeah, it's really great. Great to be really independent, and it's hard sometimes to ask help. It's true.
Approach your manager and be honest, because we all know that work can be too much. And then they try to help you as soon as possible, rather than you getting sick, and then it affects you, affects everyone.
Yeah, I am aware of like the bad consequences of that. So that's why I'm really like trying to, now that I'm young, so that when I'm more in depth in my professional career, it doesn't affect me, or it affects me to the minimum. But of course, as everything in life, it requires effort and working hard to improve that.
I would also like to give a little feedback, a little encouragement, Belen, because having the chance to have worked with you in team, yeah, it's true what you said. You are a really hardworking, and you give, in fact, the impression to be a self-independent woman, which is really, really important. And the team is it today it's us, but another day in future will be other people. Be more open, don't worry, because that's also the power, the strength of the team. So the team is there to support you, and it's normal also in the professional context sometimes to mix with our own feelings, because especially if we are under pressure. So be more open and don't worry, we are here to support.
Are you afraid that when you ask help, people will think like you're not capable of?
Yeah, I think it's that may influence as well, but it's just that yeah, I just like to handle things on my own, and maybe it's because I don't want people to think that, like, I've not really analyzed how I act like this. It might be one of the things, but I think that just in general, I'm like, you know, I consider myself to be very extrovert and easygoing, and I love talking, but like at the same time, I'm quite reserved with myself. So that's why about like feelings and stuff like that, I just don't like to talk. And it's maybe, yeah, like being afraid of like what people will think of me or something like that.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes the truth is much easier, and being all open and honest gets our life easier, much more. And we are not, unfortunately, superheroes. We are human beings. With everyone has, you know, gaps. Everyone has, everyone is insecure. Everyone, no one is perfect on this earth, really. So, Belen, give me 5.
Yes, as long as you
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm quite ashamed because I never knew you, Belen, and I believe I will perhaps never meet you. You are the only one with who I didn't work, and you look really amazing, like say the girls. And yeah, I'm sad that I will never meet. I'm quite ashamed of that.
You will meet.
Maybe one day. Who knows? We can all see each
When?
other again.
Because I will have to work, so I will not come back, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, everyone has to work on something. Every one of us has good and negative points to improve, all of us. And both with the internal work and also with the people, because we don't improve on our own if we go to the mountain like philosophers, you know. We are human beings in society, so it's normal to. This is a challenge, and Four Wings is really supportive, and this challenge is amazing. Thank you, Lou, for your time, your moderator.
You're welcome. You're welcome. But I quite agree with Belen. Sometimes I'm quite independent, and it's hard to ask for help. And I hope that this never happened. And if I waited for civic services, perhaps I probably meet every of you. Sorry. So I don't know. Sometimes I just take too much decision too early. I can't wait. I'm not patient enough. So yeah, that's it, I believe. Okay, and I'm Lou. I'm also Four Wings trainee, and it was really nice to see you today, guys. It was nice to speak with you today.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.